Video. We got people coming today to start looking at these puppies to take them home. We've got 3 or 4 people that are going to take them home puppies. We're looking for dual purpose working dogs, that kind of thing. One wants one as a pet, and it's going to be an awful lot of high energy outflow. Quiet, Demas. For those that don't know it, we're up here in the high desert. Wanted to show you a little bit of a picture after the rain we had last night. Had a good rainstorm, and that's the mountain range that's right behind the house. It's got snow, nice snow resort and everything up in there in the hills, and we're right below the snow line. So we're at snow level. If it would have, it could have very well snowed last night. It didn't. It wasn't a cold spell. So we're in the land of Joshua trees. If you guys haven't seen these things before, if you're in other parts of the country, we're in the land of Joshua trees, where there's just a few of these in California in the high desert type places, and they are a protected item. If you have land up here, you'll notice that there's Joshua trees on all the land, and you're not allowed to touch them. You're not allowed to chop them down. You're not allowed to affect them because they are an endangered type of a species. They're very unique. They're very cool looking. And they're a neat thing. So then the hills have a spotted snow all over the place at a lower elevation as it goes down, and it's really a pretty place to live. It is a little different up here. I call the folks that live up here desert rats. They usually move out to places like this to get away from bureaucracy and get off the grid somewhat. And for years, that's kind of what they did. But we're starting to have more and more population come up in this area. So we're starting to get a little bit more all the time. But we were lucky enough as in a good example of an area like this. You remember Google doing their Google Fiber? And they were always putting things at Google, their fiber networks, into places you'd never think. Way out in the boonies in Wyoming, that kind of thing. And it's because the government's trying to spur investment and trying to spur markets. We have fiber optics right here on the road. They just put it in. They had a big old company that came in, and then we have fiber optics in here. And I've never had fiber optics to this degree. I mean, there's a lot of companies that are doing it, Fios and all that kind of thing, but this is a good company, and it's nice to be able to have that kind of speed. I can actually upload my film and do all kinds of things because I do have fiber optics up here. It's kind of neat. So it's right on our front doorstep right there, and we've signed up to that. We've got about 3.5 acres in this plot, and Tina owns Warcry German Shepherds, and she's the one that really carved this out. She's done all the work. She's really a tough lady and hard worker, and really bust her butt to make sure that she's got this place looking spotless. I mean, there's not even these. I've been out here where she wants me to rake rocks of all things. We're harvesting rocks, and we don't have a backboard like you see at the other site that I was showing you yesterday where I got on a train, but we put in these poles for our dogs to be able to have lunging poles for the protection work. We have a little picnic table in our training shed where we got all our training equipment in, and then a full set of accoutrements that we've got. We even have an outhouse for the class that we put on Sunday nights. We have one class that comes out. We have a lot of privates and a lot of other things that we do, but that's our big one out here in the boonies, so to speak. I thank you much. We're going to go back to the puppies, and I'll let you guys have a good day. It's Sunday today, and it doesn't mean we have a day off. We never do. So there's the training room, little peek. There's sleeves and chains and collars and all our equipment. I've got my bite suit and jamboree, my leg bite work, and tables and all my training tools. We've got boxes and tables and flatboards and everything else. And a lot of people know these things. If you're into dogs, you know a lot of this new stuff that's being used are bowls to do our bowl work. That teaches the dog back end awareness. I've got the bottles that I have for my starting these dogs, and a lot of little things for the puppies. So say bye-bye, guys. Say bye-bye. Good dogs. Yay! All right, good boys. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.